We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. We do the game of the week on My 50 Television.
And the My 50 game gets really good ratings. You
Oh.
know, it was really surprising. You know, I think we averaged .7, and that's about 70,000. But it did jump up to 1.3, and on big games, I think the Rio Rancho Cleveland game last year hit a 1.3. So.
And that's close to 100,000. And here's the thing that's remarkable about us. Nobody thinks a lot of people are watching this, but here's the perfect example. Yesterday, I'm trying to set up a meeting with Smith Grocery Stores, and I called them up yesterday, and the woman who's in charge of their operation, she picks up the phone, and then I said, I'm Marty Watts with ProView. And she said, I've been watching you guys since Yaffle football. My kid plays Yaffle football. My whole family watches this. My grandparents watch it. This is on a phone call, and I know people are watching this, and we have an incredible audience, and now we add college football with New Mexico Highlands and Western New Mexico, and I'm telling you, we're building an audience, and we have so many events we do besides the Gladiators. We do soccer, all these other sports. This is
Actually, we're doing the Lobo show for Bob Davies football show. So
and we do boxing, Legacy Boxing, and I'm telling you right now, our numbers are great. And if you're watching this show, if you really want to get involved with us, we still have a few spots left for this season, but we're almost sold out.
Let me stop you right there. You know, if you go back 4 or 5 years, we had many spots available.
Right.
And if you look at now, it's, you know, there's not a lot of spots left, and it's still economic for people to get involved with, and it's kind of neat to see the whole process that has over the last 12 years to see what has happened with ProView Networks as far as being a community, you know, adversary of the community.
Now, Steve's a brilliant boss here, because when we got involved, he and I got involved, we were trying to find a way where we can make it affordable for the average business guy. And at first, when we started out, we just didn't know what was I guess the medium rate and what we were really worth. And finally, we started approaching people where they can come on at a very low level economically, or they want to get real involved, they can get real involved. And we do have so many places they can come in and be involved with our programming. But the most important thing we've done is we've got our CPM, that's a cost per thousand, down to $1.6 if you take all that hits. Now, if you don't know much about advertising, but that's a good buy. And if anybody doesn't recognize that, and the thing about it is, people do watch this network. And here's the thing, Steve, we're only going to get better. We've got bigger plans coming down the road. Our numbers are only going to grow.
You know, this year, talking about, it seems like every year something happens good, and people see value. Like, so, you know, going back 5 years ago, it was the Gladiators. Okay, now we're kind of like their mainstay and doing their production for them. Then Highlands last year, we had very great success with Highlands, and I'm very proud of this. And there's a lot to not because of me, but it's partly of our crew. You know, that was, you know, Josh, which is Josh Brown right now, that's in the back, and also Jason and Jason Pohl and Alden, and I always butcher Alden's name, so I won't go with that. But you know, they were number 16 in the RMAC conference in sports information, with the help of us doing. And also, I don't want to forget Richard Tripp at the same time. They went from 16 to number 3 last year, and I want to thank Craig Snow for looking to see the value of it. It was kind of a funny thing how we got that involved with them, but it worked out that they went from, you know, number 16 to 3. So now we got a little monkey on our back. How can we get that 3 to number 1 this year? So.
And here's the incredible thing. Last Saturday down in Silver City, we had Ed Nunes, our play-by-play guy. And by the way,
you know, we're going to hold off on that. We're going to go to the Dream Style Top 10 Plays of the Week, and then come back and talk more about Western New Mexico.
Yes, let's just.
gone back to Moore. McNamara's still in there. Throwing on the post pattern. Caught. Down. What a catch at the 25-yard line. That's just a great catch by number 1, Drake Owen.
Single running back. And West does get the ball, and he has wide open lane. Let's see if he can make it. He punches it in. Did they get it? Yes! Touchdown, Ben West. Franco hands the ball off. Nice hold for a nice run. He breaks one, breaks two. Touchdown!
Second down. Smith. Plenty of time. A little pump fake. Fires in. He's going for Connor O'Toole to the end zone.
Fowler the play fake, throws it out to Colson on the screen. Colson breaks a tackle. 20, you might be going to the house. Touchdown Mustangs.
Third down and 16. Medford's going to throw it, throws it out. The receiver slipped. The ball is picked, and back to the north side we go. And this could go all the way back for a touchdown and into the end zone. Set far side for Bell. She couldn't put it away. Sharp over the block. Salas. Ray. Hit over by Cheshire. Sharp again through the block. We're going to set Bell on the far side. Gonzalez Sanchez digs it out. Jones will push it to Sharp. That's been her spot, but they're scrambling and still alive. Now it's going to come over. Salas gets it there. Jones. Gonzalez Sanchez. Sharp will have another swing. Just barely able to get it back over. Great defense for Pius. They'll try Wallace on the other side. Yes!
Play fake. Throws. Oh, what a catch by Reggie Colson. Boy, he got whacked and still came down with it.
Handoff goes right side. Breaking some tackles and more. Off to the races. Still on his feet into the end zone. What a
middle of the field. One of the most impressive things you will ever see.
Here's a quick slant, and look at the speed by Altier. Can anybody catch him? A foot race. Altier. What an answer.
The 2019 New Mexico Sports Hall of Fame candidate nomination voting has begun. ProView Network's president and owner, Steve Davis, has made the nomination ballot. Please go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on Steve's picture, and vote for him today.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Hey, welcome back to the Steve Davis Show. Special guest today is Marty Watts, Sales Director and Marketing Director of ProView Networks. And Marty,
Well, before we get going, folks, if you're...
And you're taking over. Marty, that's just this the thing about Marty. He takes over. So.
let's just remember, let's put this in perspective. If you're watching this show, Steve Davis, who I've known since college, we weren't great friends in college, but we knew each other. He was the best country and western dancer I ever saw. He's up for the Hall of Fame, for the New Mexico Hall of Fame. And
I'm not in the Hall of Fame for the best dancing, okay? I just want to let you know.
he's up
that
there
as well.
because of a lot of things. He was a high school All-American. He was a great ball player for the Lobos. And then the most important thing, what you've done for the landscape of high school sports by you're the pioneer to put these games on streaming, and what you've done for high school sports. I mean, I can think of a lot of people that's in the Hall of Fame that's done great for high school sports, but you put it on the map, and he's up for the Hall of Fame nomination. You could go up to the website, New Mexico Hall of Fame, and just go up there and vote for Steve Davis. I promise you, it's a great vote, and he's worthy of it. Now, even if you got all the numbers, they still have a committee that pares it down. But it would really help to get Steve in there, and that's why we're pushing it. So there's the monitor up there. Please vote for Steve. And by the way, Steve did play in one of the greatest games. I think it was the 8th greatest game ever played in the pit, and he scored the final free throw that beat the great UTEP team that year. It's still, I was there, you know, and it's still one of the greatest victories of all time for the Lobos.
Yeah, no matter what happens here in the next week with this Hall of Fame, one, it's a humbling experience just to be, I think there's 100 people that are been nominated that want to get into the Hall of Fame. But it's, I want to thank Marty Seiss. He went back and did my bio and did all the things that I have accomplished over the last few years in my life. Okay, so you know, that's a great, it's just a great honor, and I want to thank Gene Pino and Pat King for nominating me, and what class act those type people are to even think that they would nominate me.
Well, and like I said, besides you're great, one of the few All-Americans to come out of Clovis, New Mexico, and what you did for the Lobo, I think the biggest contribution is what you've done in the landscape of televising high school sports, putting sports on the air, and all the things you've done with the coaches, and you're involved with the New Mexico Coaches Association, and what you've done with everybody in town. I mean, I don't know how many thank yous I can give you. Matter of fact, the reason I got involved with you almost 4 years ago because I was watching this stuff, and I got all excited. And I said, you know what? I think I can sell this. I get people involved in this. And that's
so
how
let's get back to let's forget about Steve Davis for a little bit. Let's talk about the people that have made ProView networks, and it's been, you know, what a great job. I want to thank you for, you know, one, seeing the value of ProView and thinking that you could sell it, and you know, you had to come over a lot of obstacles to be able to sell, you know, ProView, but you know, it's paying off.
Well, and now, you know, the thing is, I grew up in this town. You know, I went to grade school, junior high, high school, college here. My parents had a business, and we've got something very valuable, and that's why it's amazing when I'm going around town and people are finally hearing about ProView Networks and why it's so unique.
That's your bio there, Steve.
Yeah, and so there's the bio on Steve Davis. And so anyway, I say we are such a great value to people, and we're doing so much. It's incredible the amount of people who are watching us from out of state on our high school network. And by the way, when I say we're on multiple...
Well, you know what I want to, you know, people don't realize, you know, and this was 4 years ago, and we may even be better. You know, we're statewide on the internet. We're in 50 states. And at one time, we were 123 countries, and I'm sure that that's increased since the last demographics I've seen.
Now, here's the thing. We are a 4-tool platform program. Where else can you go watch a game on Channel 26 if you don't have on Comcast? But if you don't have Comcast, you can go to our National High School Network and watch the game on your computer, iPhone, iPad, or you can connect it to your TV set. 3, we are on YouTube. Most of the games, if it's not high school games, we do put a lot of our stuff on the YouTube channel and the Facebook channel and Twitter. So basically, that's 5 platforms. And I'm telling you, now, where else in the country can you watch that many events? And I will tell you this, I'll challenge anybody, if you go to Arizona, to Colorado, or to Texas, Oklahoma, Utah, California. I mean, the only place that probably could challenge us what we do on a regular basis is probably Atlanta, Georgia. They have
Atlanta has a very extensive, and that's kind of the model that
we took.
Well, I didn't know that we were taking. I just found out that this is what they've been doing it for almost 30 years. So it's remarkable. But let's think. Let's kind of thank some of these people that.
Well, let's start out with the people that's been with us the longest, and we'll go through the list. We want to thank Marty Stice. He's been with us for a long time. State Farm. And then we want to thank Sadie's Restaurant. They've been with us for what, 10 years?
Yeah, Brian Schaefer, and Stafford, excuse me, is what they've been. They came in and listened to us, and they've become actually a staple of ProView Networks. And
of course, Dorothy and Larry, they own Frontier and the Golden Pride Chicken. God, I don't know how many times I have to hug and thank Dorothy every time I see her at a UNM game. She's been with us for what, 10 years now, 11 years?
That's right. Garden Swartz, Jack Whatmore, he's been with us for 10 years, and he's been a great supporter of ProView Networks.
And then we've got to thank the New Mexico Coaches Association. They've been with us for a long time. And of course, Dan Savano and Albuquerque.
You know what? We're going to come back and we'll go through this list.
We'll go through some more.
We'll go through some more of this, and this will be, like I said, this ProView doesn't happen without these people.
Yeah, without them, we're nothing.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
The 2019 New Mexico Sports Hall of Fame candidate nomination voting has begun. ProView Network's president and owner, Steve Davis, has made the nomination ballot. Please go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on Steve's picture, and vote for him today.
To win the race, I can't even explain how, in fact, I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about it. No matter where you go, you're an Indy 500 winner. The only way to be successful in racing is to stay on top of the technical edge, and we've done that with our dealership. So a lot of the technology in our service department and sales processes, everything is the very latest. That gives you an edge. That's being competitive in the car business. You can take it any way you want, but that's the truth.
Is this my car? State Farm knows that for every one of those moments,
This is ridiculous!
there's one of these.
Is this my car? What? This is ridiculous.
This can't be happening!
This can't be happening.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart. Shut up.
Shut up! That's why State Farm is there, with car insurance for when things go wrong, but also here with car loans to help life go right. State Farm.
Talk to State Farm agent Marty Size or Michelle Rudolph in Albuquerque today.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rawlins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Hey, welcome back to Steve Davis Show. Got Marty Watts, is the marketing and sales director of ProView Networks, and let's talk about our sponsors.
Yeah, so we just we talked about the ones that've been with us. Let's talk about the ones that've been with us for a while. One of them is Legacy Church, and praise the Lord that they got on board with us a couple years ago, and they believe in us, and they're one of our sponsors. And another person that came on board in the very beginning was Mike McLean from Extreme Cleaning. He's been with us. Geckos. Wally Manoli.
Go by and get something to eat there. The food is great. The hospitality is great.
Wally Manoli's been with us from the
Two locations,
Nob Hill and Academy. Wally's been with us from the very beginning. There's Geckos up there, and then we've had people like Car Crafters. They've been with us for 3 years. And Kevin Klein
has been, I coached him, and it's neat relationships you build over the years.
And then we got to give thanks out to Larry Chavis from Dreamstyle Remodeling. Larry's been a big supporter. Of course, Larry's brother coaches at Valley High School, the head coach Judge, and Larry was a great basketball player. He played on the '65 Viking team that won the state title. He was the point guard. And then we picked up the Ramada by Wyndham. They're our official hotel. And Theo, Barella, and all those people over there, they really support us. And so if you're coming in from town, they've got some great specials. You get free breakfast. The room rates are just incredible for athletes, for any family.
Call Gary Perez and Claire.
Yes.
Because they will always take care of you.
And then we've got Buffalo Wild Wings. They're supporting us from 3 different locations. The one over here on University and Gibson, and we got the one up in Montgomery and the one in Los Lunas. And
you can watch all the games.
And by the way, we're doing the Los Lunas Roswell Goddard game this Friday as the game of the week. Go down to Buffalo Wild Wings before the game. They've got a wing special for all the Tiger fans or anybody that goes there, especially the Roswell people. And then we picked up Rudy's Barbecue. They're with us for the 2nd year. And that's the place for barbecue in this town.
It speaks for itself.
And Randy Kinna, who runs it, great guy. And then, one of my friends I went to college with, and he started a restaurant here in 1989, the Artichoke Cafe. He has Farina's, the pizza place. And if you've ever been to fine dining, that's the place to go. And Terry King, we thank him for what he's done. And then, here's the thing that's incredible, is you're talking about somebody we've been working on for many years. I've been trying to get a beverage company involved, and we've tried everybody, but Pepsi-Cola finally came on board, and they're going to be involved with this in a lot of ways, and we're going to be doing a lot of promotions with Pepsi. And by the way, that's my official drink for me, right? Pepsi or Gatorade and Pepsi Diet. And then the other thing I'm really excited about is we have a local union, the Pipes, Fitters, and Plumbing Union. They support us big time.
Well, I'll tell you, people need to look at what they have to offer for opportunities, apprenticeships, and things like that. They really need to get on the website, look at it, because they can train, and they can make a future for themselves.
It's local union 4112, the plumbers and pipe fitters. And by the way, they got a program for young people out of high school. You can get on, they'll find you work for like $15 an hour, and you go to school at night. By the time you get through their program, you end up starting around $24 to $25 an hour. What a great program. If you're not going to go to college, a good trade union is a great place to go to. And then one of the things that's really incredible about us, we've got the Albuquerque Dragway. If you go up to the Albuquerque Dragway website, you'll see the latest the Labor Day races we did. We did the July 4th races, Memorial. You can go up our YouTube channel and watch that. And they're going to be racing out there until the end of October. So go out and support them. Just go up their website and look at the local races. And then, here's the thing that's incredible. We picked up 3 new clients here in the last month, and one of them is Route 66 Casino and the Laguna Burger. And we've been working on those guys for years.
For years, and you know, let's talk about Jeff Symbiota, and that's help. That's another thing that we do very well with.
Well, we've got a most incredible. If you've not looked at our TV listings in the Albuquerque Journal, every Monday through Friday from 7 to 10, we've got the opening drive. That's the 610 Sports Animal radio show. What we did, we put some cameras inside their studio, and when they break for radio, we break for TV commercial. But that show is picking up an audience, and that's live on our Facebook page, YouTube, and Twitter if you can't watch it on Channel 26. And that's incredible. And then we picked.
We gotta hustle.
Okay, we've got another one. A. Grady Performance Center. Scott Grady, he has this place there called the Field House, and they're looking for improving people's performances, what they do in athletics. A. Grady Performance Center, they're on board with us. And then we finally picked up your buddy at the winery. Why don't you mention Luscombe's?
Yeah, Wayne Moore, and what a great addition that is. And then Gallus Chevrolet has stepped up.
In Gallus Chevrolet, we got Liscombe Family, the Family Bistro. The bistro there on Rio Grande and right off I-40.
And we want to thank Crown and Jewels real quick.
Yeah, they've been with us for a long time, and of course, you know, we've got, we're talking about Gallus, what they stepped up, and then the last one we've got a transmission company called Quick Transmission Automotive Service. If you need to get anything to do with automotive and transmission, they've been around for 30 years. So wrapping this all up, we've got an incredible amount of advertisers that really want to be with us.
Well, thanks a lot, Marty, for coming on, and keep the good work up. It only helps ProView Networks do more games, and I appreciate your friendship and your hard work.
Yeah, and please call us if you need something for Marty.
To win the race, I can't even explain how, in fact, I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about it. No matter where you go.
Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as best custom home remodel.